Hi, it's Snorgle. Welcome back to Tangle Tower. A young woman has been seemingly murdered by a character in a painting, so Detective Grimoire and his plucky assistant Sally are called to investigate. What will you use to solve this bizarre mystery? Puzzle solving and lateral thinking. Of course! So last time, we're getting closer, I think, to figuring out what the splurp happened. But I did have... I wanted to talk a couple of things. Let's see, where's the... Here. I wanted to talk to Professor Pointer because there's a couple of things that are curious. One is that his telescope is not pointed at the sky. It's pointed, he's kind of creeping in on the other tower, which is weird. And the other thing is, when we know that he is responsible for hiring, what's the other detective called? Hawkshaw? He's responsible for that. And I suspect, given her reaction when I asked her about the golden beetle, I suspect that he hired her for something to do with that. So let's see if we can talk about that. Oh, we can't. That's interesting. Curious. Let's see. Where's the... Yeah.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid.
What do you mean?
I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower.
What?
I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
I don't believe you. You're lying.
It was in your astronomy tower.
Right. Okay, let's ask him. Let's just ask about all this stuff.
So, which one is Tangle Tower?
What's that?
There are two towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
Oh, yeah, somebody else said that, yeah.
Her husband?
No.
Her brother and sister.
Yeah.
And her father.
Somebody else told us this.
Family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you
Sounds,
see.
yeah, it sounds pretty
But
dysfunctional.
I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade.
Yeah.
Not exactly a wealth of information, is it?
It's enough.
A very old statue indeed. I'd recommend you leave it well alone. The poor fellow's in bad enough shape as it is.
That's curious. We'll have to go take a look at the harp statue because...
Isn't the process of decay fascinating?
No?
It's not really decaying. It's plastic.
Yeah.
It's one with nature, all the same.
No, it's not.
Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar.
Do you know what that is? That's curious.
I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Why?
Yeah.
The knife with real blood on it?
It's not a knife.
The whole thing is rather vulgar.
It's not a knife. We found out it wasn't a knife. We found out it was a bird's feather.
Possibly.
Here's a thought. Do you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon?
No.
After all, it was found at the scene, right next to Freya's body.
It's not the
I
murder
guess
weapon.
it's possible.
No, it's not.
Pointer property originally, purloined by the Fellows. Typical.
That's weird.
I haven't seen that tape for a long time.
Why did you see it before?
No idea.
Ah, well, possessions are fleeting, my friends. Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you
No.
know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
Baby?
This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby.
Yeah.
Keeps his mind from decaying, you know. This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license.
What do you mean? Everybody's so
Freya
mean.
was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
Thanks.
Fascinating interpretation.
He's right, though.
But, I
It
mean,
is a big red thing.
it's true. But,
These were drawn.
I was expecting
by Freya.
something more
She
figurative.
must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
Poppy's two closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there.
Hmm.
That's a very old book, isn't it?
There is.
Looks like someone could have taken better care of it.
I like the look of a well-read book. Better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put. A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
Indeed.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary.
Yeah, and it's got a lock on it. Not a lot of books that aren't diaries have locks on them.
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Wonder what it
He
is.
seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
Yep.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Well, you can't eat it.
So,
Makes you wonder why he bothers at all.
you don't have to eat every plant you grow.
This creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fishman.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet.
I think with a wine glass in its snoot, too. Well, not its snoot, but
That's
it's...
rather a small cage for 3
One.
birds, isn't it? But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage?
No? I mean, I understand what you're saying, but no.
What kind of flower
Objectively,
is
no.
that?
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist.
Oh,
Best in the field.
I don't know what that is.
It's a flower joke. But she was.
Interesting.
Do we know?
Well now, that is most definitely none of my business. Quite possibly none of yours either.
Well, no, I'm the investigator. It is my business. I'm making it my business.
This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother.
Where is
She
Poppy's mother?
passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Did we find out?
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother.
Of course. Warms
Why
my
didn't she
heart.
mention that to us?
After everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall.
That's curious.
What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Um,
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I
we
don't
do know.
either.
We know. It's your daughter.
Oh, you found a murder
She's gone
weapon?
goth.
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me.
Hmm.
I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
Oh, this has been very helpful, actually.
I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears.
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
Curious.
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know.
Nope.
But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
Hey, come on now.
Yes, very nice.
Okay.
Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it.
I think somebody said it's gone. Okay, let's ask about the suspects.
This soul drifting
Definitely
through.
learning a lot here.
What's wrong with her?
Not sure. She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say you could ask her about it, but I think
Both these
you might
families
find
seem
that
terribly
to be
dysfunctional.
the end.
Including yourself, buddy.
He should learn to make the most of his lot in life.
Yeah?
And he does have a lot in life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune.
Huh.
That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends.
Yeah, it sounds like.
Ah, yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge. I dare say she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous. Wait, are you two science rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally.
What?
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
Well, you hired her.
Mean.
You know, I
She's very
simply
mean.
assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you. Nobody could deny her talent. She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Yep.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her. But I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth.
Like what?
My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I've begun to notice her by herself. Wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours.
Yeah, you're not the first person to say
She
that.
must have explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangle Tower as long as she did.
Your interpretation may be off.
What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yep.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother.
Okay.
Strange man.
Yeah.
Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Yes.
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the Fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Okay. Fair enough. If he's anything like anyone else here, I can understand
don't
why.
especially want to talk about myself.
Sure.
Introspection often leads to vanity.
Does it?
Does it?
Why don't we discuss the
Jinx.
moons of Jupiter instead?
No thanks.
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
What?
We don't have time.
Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time,
What?
until she marries the gardener,
She'll still be your niece.
Right.
but she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellow.
But it's the same building. It's connected.
Sinking ship.
What you?
My puppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh, no. I can personally vouch for her innocence.
Uh.
She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
Yep.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose?
Yeah.
She was Flora's sister,
Okay.
a Remington by birth.
Remington.
Playing
Remington.
field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away.
Hmm?
She went away.
What? Okay, it's all that. I don't. Oh yeah, we have to close it out before we can confront him.
There's something about Pointer's astronomy habit.
Oh yeah, he's creeping on Frida.
Something suspicious.
Certainly is.
Let's ask him about it.
Let's go. Boop.
So, Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
how long have you been an astronomer?
Good
I
question.
really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Try.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Mhm.
Oh?
So do I.
Go on.
You discovered a meteor history for Earth. You're trying to get a planet named after yourself. You're not really. It's this one. He's not interested in astronomy at all. He's interested in the golden beetle.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field.
Yep. Boop. Let's see.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
I don't believe you.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
But you're not looking at other words. You're looking at Frida. Okay, let's see what we got here. Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene. There's something like Yeah, not up at the sky. Boop.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid.
Yeah.
You think somebody stole it from you.
Yeah.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
Ooh.
It's a very precious specimen. Incredibly rare. Valuable in ways you could never understand.
So you say.
Freya was always sneaking around, both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Curious.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora.
What?
She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all.
Oh, that's weird.
It's fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
Oh, you looked and didn't see
It's a
anyone?
statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Right.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
Let's do it later.
Freya was definitely up to something.
Indeed.
Something to do with the statue in the garden.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go back and check.
Better.
We could have missed something.
I want to see if we can review. Yeah, let's go review those. Go back down the room. That's Sally. Boop. Let's see. Crime
We
scene?
know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Let's do it. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think it's the blood from the paint pot. We sent in. Wait, down here. Hold it. Was used to paint the red tip of the. Where's the feather? Oh, there we go. The tip of the eccentric feather. Let's see. Oh wait, no. To resemble a bloody knife. I think that's it. Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink tip feather to resemble a bloody knife. I think that's it.
Blood from the paint pot
Okay.
was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot
Mm-hmm.
and hid that feather after the crime.
Yep.
Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Maybe.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived.
Right.
She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Right.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what and more interested in the how.
I'm curious.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle.
That which is weird.
Directly in front of her.
Right.
But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Yeah, that's right.
Something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over?
Well, that's a good question.
Being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Maybe? That's curious. All right, there was another question mark that we had to do with the garden, so let's do that. What's this?
This wasn't here before.
It wasn't.
What is it?
Pick it up.
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck, you two. Freya. Okay.
What do you think? Is it really from her?
Maybe.
How can it be?
Isn't Freya the one who was killed?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect match.
Oh. So she knew it was going to happen.
well, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
Indeed, let's.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Sweet. Oh. What? Oh, that's weird. Why? Huh. Okay. I'm super confused. Have we talked to Fitz? I don't think we have. So let's do that. Oh, there you are. Hello. Let's get your opinion on some things here, buddy.
Nice painting. Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
Well, sure.
And those
Especially circles.
mountain cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them. They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation. Who gave you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
I see.
Oh.
And what happens if
Oh.
the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
It's of no interest to me, but I overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it once.
Oh.
What were they saying?
They were arguing about something, but I can't remember the details.
Great. Thanks.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Indeed.
How odd.
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife.
It does, but it's not.
Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her after the murder.
Hmm.
But there's something bothering me.
What's that?
Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
Why didn't you mention this before?
Paints are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
Just use more paint. I mean,
Off about this.
What is it?
Why don't you take another look at Flora's room?
You think we missed a clue up there?
Not exactly.
that's curious.
That belongs to Poppy.
So why is it up in Flora's tower?
I'm not sure. That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Indeed.
It's an egg with feet.
It was locked, but we opened it. But it was empty.
Yep.
Fun story.
I think he's
quite
the
sweet.
least dysfunctional, but he still seems like a little bit of a
Felix
dysfunctional
made
mess.
that? Huh. Freya's best work, in my opinion. Although the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting.
Well, he's right. I mean,
One of these drawings is of you
Mhm.
in the rooftop garden, I think, with Poppy.
Mm-hmm. Are we done?
nope. A little
It's
shifty there.
Fifi and Freya.
Don't you think Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
2 people isn't a crowd.
Yeah, objectively.
But if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
Check.
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Well, we have.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something.
Ooh.
There's a plant mentioned on this page, see? Do you have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me.
Is it?
I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks.
Huh.
Looks like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it.
You ever seen this before, Fitz?
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just thought it looks like it belongs to her.
That's curious.
This is a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And
Haven't
what
you had the
do
water
do with the
tested?
Shiny and edible fruit.
You look at it.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, some stuff you just want to look at.
What's with the broken glass?
Yeah, that's not the same thing. Wine glass in the thing. That's curious.
She's very protective over them.
Are they like her pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Do you remember what she named them?
I do not.
Neither do I. She told us, and I don't remember either.
A flower.
Yes?
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
You're the gardener.
Really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to. Those petals,
What?
they're red.
Okay.
Poppy's piano music.
Indeed.
I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
I'm sure.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Yep. Well, not really.
Of course.
Practice is make perfect. Practice makes
Any
habits.
idea who this is?
No idea.
You're lying.
I've seen beetles with brightly colored shells, metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially around here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. That's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
Oh. You blink.
Yours, Fitz?
Yeah,
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
Yep. You don't use it, do you?
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, it could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Oh, that's strange.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone. Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They were missing about a week ago.
Oh.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why?
Yeah.
You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No, I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Genie.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Yep.
Me 3. Oh, sorry.
Fair enough.
Said me too.
Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
All right, we asked all those questions. Now let's talk about the suspects. Oh, we already did, I think. We didn't talk about everything.
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too.
Oh,
and
okay.
insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
Oh, he's your fiance. It's not
Poppy
good.
and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair. An average of 3 words per sentence. Like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she
Yeah.
has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
Nope. Let's see. Yep,
There's
here we go.
something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower.
Yes, indeed.
Something suspicious.
Yes, very suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Let's go now. Boop. Suspicion.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower.
Hmm?
I don't own a knife.
But you
I
did,
don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
maybe.
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Fifi definitely saw Fritz holding a knife. Fifi lied. Fifi did see Fritz, but he was holding something else. That's it. He was holding a trowel.
Fifi did see Fitz.
Maybe.
But he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
It was the... Where is it? Where's the trowel? It was the ornate trowel. Boop.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Okay, let's see. How do we guess? It's used by Fitz. We don't do Fitz. I guess we need to do... Yeah, the ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after... the potted flower. What room was... Was it... It wasn't poppies. Was it pennies, maybe?
An ornate
There we go. Whew.
is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
I think it's pretty easy. Potted fruit.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Yep. That's totally it. Let's see. So this is the pot in the soil in Penny's room matches the pot in the soil. Where did we find this? Was it the greenhouse? I don't remember if it was the greenhouse or the garden. We'll try it.
The pot and
Oh,
soil
good.
in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I
Oh, it does.
was to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants.
Well,
So I go into her room every now and again. When she's not there, water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
whoa. Curious. I think I need to go talk to Hawkshaw because I don't trust her. That will have to wait for the next video. Thank you so much for watching this playthrough of Tangle Tower. So, okay. We know that Professor Pointer is up to shenanigans with the Golden Beetle, and one minute also was kind of creeping in on Frida at her room. Everybody here is incredibly dysfunctional and very suspicious. And we found a crab toy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for more Tangle Tower. See you next time.